Hey guys, it's Winterwolf and welcome back to my channel. Today we are working on Lilsimsie's Aurora shell challenge. So here's the thing, right? I started this shell challenge on stream, struggled, cried, and then gave up on it on stream. And then afterwards, I decided to look at it off stream and off camera and kind of figure things out. So the speed build you'll see is not starting from scratch. It's starting from me already having a floor plan and already kind of figuring out the exterior looks, but there's no all the details and stuff that makes the build look cute aren't there yet. So really quickly, I'm going to show you the shell challenge itself, the shell I had attempted to do on stream, and then we're going to cut into what I actually have, walk you through the stuff really quickly, and then we'll get into the speed build. The reason I'm doing this is because I know that a lot of people like watching the struggle. That's the whole point of watching a shell challenge, but I couldn't think on stream and I didn't want you guys to see like hours, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes of me just like going back and forth on things and struggling. So yeah, this is the shell challenge. As you can see, there's like this little divoted basement right here. And then on the inside, there's also this really weird wall. I can't delete this wall. Gotta keep the basement, of course. So yeah, so it also has these weird little pockets right here. There's a weird little pocket here because of this wall. And then there is an upstairs. The upstairs itself is actually pretty simple. Floor planning it will be relatively easy. And then the outside, the back looks like this. So this is the whole entire shell challenge. I thought the floor plan was going to be the difficult part, but it wasn't. It was the exterior that drove me bonkers. So this was my first attempt at, the build. The floor plan turned out something like this. I actually keep this floor plan in my new version as well for the most part. But yeah, so this was kind of what I was thinking originally. I really liked having this little divot right here. Mine, I think in my other one, it was backwards like that. And then I had actually put the couches over here. So I really wanted to do that for a while, and then I couldn't really figure out a way to make it look okay, and it became a mess. And then this was going to be a little dining nook. I thought we could use these to make some fancy bookshelf location, kitchen, staircases to go upstairs, and then, what is this, 2 bedrooms? 3 bedrooms, kind of? 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom over here. So that was my original plan. I wanted to make this a balcony, and then I was struggling because I was like, well, then only the bedroom can access the balcony, and I just hated everything about how this build was looking. I also hated trying to pick what is this? Like, I couldn't decide what colors I wanted. I just knew that I wanted something eco. My plan for this build was eco, because modern eco builds are really, really easy to make. The shell kind of lended itself to it, I kind of think. I also just don't like making suburban homes, so I wanted to do something eco, especially because it had this little area and I thought we could make it a little garden. There are no stairs on the inside to this, so you have to go outside, and so that's why I was originally thinking this could be a garden area, because we could have outdoor plants that are like seasonal out here, and then you can move them inside. It could be like a little greenhouse location, or it could be a gym. So these were 2 different ideas that I had for this area. And this was just a mess. I don't know what I was doing, to be honest. I thought this was pretty cool though. But yeah, so this was my first attempt. Now we're going to go ahead and look at my second attempt, and that's the attempt we're going to be working on in this speed build. So what I ended up doing was Googling eco houses in The Sims, and I saw this one house. It was a single floor level. Obviously it looks nothing like the shell, but it did have this sort of wood tone, and it was just white and this wood tone. So I thought, you know what if we give that a try? Because I'm clearly struggling with picking feature colors and where to put them, so that could be pretty cool to do instead. So this is kind of what we ended up with as our like temporary fix. Obviously none of this stuff is final. Like this is not the fencing I'm picking or anything like that. It's just stuff that I've put down to kind of get a look of what I'm doing. As you can see, we still have the staircase to the basement area here. I've added this instead of those window things. There's still a door down here. There's no stairs that go down there. And then you have your main entrance door over through here. I was thinking here we could put planter boxes if it looks okay. We'll have to kind of see how it all works out. And then if we go inside, it actually is pretty much, like I said, the exact same floor plan. We're gonna have our little entry room here, a bathroom here. Living room is pretty nice, actually. It fit out quite well. I didn't think it was going to, but it looks pretty good. I don't know what we're gonna do with this space. I was thinking about just like blocking it off like this. or either putting a bookshelf or something just to kind of center the TV a little bit more on this wall. So yeah, so you got that, and then you walk into this like little galleyway kitchen. Because we've added this couch here, it does create a nice little spot for us to actually fit a second counter that isn't just floating in nowhere land. So that's pretty cool. I wanted to get a third one in. Like, I think this would have been really, really nice, but the stairs are in the way, and I don't think your Sims can walk through that. So that's unfortunate, but oh well. Maybe if I kind of shimmy it in, like, it's a little bit longer, but not, you know, like that, maybe it would work, but I don't know. I'll mess with that later. We still have our dining spot here, same with the bookshelf, big window, and then if we go upstairs, you'll see that we've got the stairs kind of in an awkward spot, to be honest, but I think it's gonna work out okay, especially once we add like half walls and fences to everything. Because what I'm thinking is, right, because we have the stairs here, again, not using this fence. This is like a hallway into the bedrooms. This can be like a little seating nook, or maybe a chess table could spawn here. Hello, could sit here, and then we'll have our little outdoor space. I wanted everyone to be able to access this, which is why I ended up floor planning it like this. This will be a bathroom, bedroom, and then another bedroom. Obviously, one has the short end of the stick, and I'm guessing that's going to be the children. I don't know how many children we're going to have, but yeah. So that was the thought process with this build. I'm actually thinking about moving it to Solani and making it more of a beachy modern house, since we're already kind of digging into those beachy tones. But yeah, so this is the plan for this house. I honestly think it turned out really, really nicely. I don't know if I like these windows and where they're placed, but we'll see. But yeah, that's what we're working on right now. I still don't know what I'm going to do with the basement area. I think a gardening place would be pretty cool still, but part of me wants to put a gym for some reason. Like, part of me really wants to put a gym right here, but my issue is if I put a gym, like, there's not that many windows, and so, like, ventilation would be an issue, but also it's, like, cut out to the open, so, like, it works out pretty well, I think, to have a gym here. We could even put one of those... Oh, wait, what if we put the nice open door? The kit door. This one? No, this one. Wait a minute. We'll have to pop it on this side of the wall. Because then you'll have, like, ventilation. That looks really good on the inside. And then you can have, like, a gym area. And you can even do maybe a yoga spot back here instead. And then you can still put plants along the wall. Like, we could have a little bit, like, a planter section. That could be an interesting idea, actually. I quite like that idea. I think I'm gonna go with that idea. Okay, so getting into the speed build, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have been trying to do this voiceover for probably about an hour now. I have restarted this multiple times, and I am hoping that this is the final voiceover. I've been struggling to like coherently get out my thoughts in like an organized manner. It's been a while since I've done a voiceover apparently, so I'm struggling, but that's okay. So as you can see, we have in fact moved to Solani. We are building a modern beach house. I'm not gonna lie to you, every single time I build like a really, really expensive looking modern home in Solani, it reminds me of gentrification, which makes me sad. However, I really wanted to build a modern beach house, and Solani is the only world that we have that's an island-based world, so that is why we ended up here. Interestingly enough, when Island Living had first come out, I thought about doing a series illustrating gentrification in Solani, because one, it would allow me to do some cool builds because I could build modern homes and then also Polynesian homes as well. But also I thought it'd be really cool to do something a little bit more education and showcase a real world issue and discuss it and kind of bring awareness to things like that. I would have to do a lot of research because it's been a while since I've kind of learned about that stuff, and I'm sure things have changed and kind of altered since then, like the numbers and the stats and all that kind of stuff. But I think it'd be a cool topic. It's something that I wanted to do when the pack had first come out, but I think I was in college when it came out, and so I got busy, and then I didn't build as much, and I didn't want to commit to a full-scale series, because we all know that whenever I start a series, I usually end up abandoning it at some point, especially because I get busy so often. But it's something I've been thinking about going back to, and I think it'd be kind of cool to talk about. So let me know what you guys think, if you guys want that sort of series or build, or even just maybe a couple of builds that talk about the issue rather than just like remaking the whole world. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. But back to the build. We are building a modern island home. I actually kind of wanted to mix a more modern contemporary architecture and style with obviously these more like island pieces. So we have the island living flooring, which I think looks really, really good in this house, along with some furniture pieces like these little chairs. We also have the island living cabinets or kitchen cabinets. The wallpaper is from island living. And then there's a couple of like different vases and little decorational pieces that I thought looked really nice. So it's kind of an ode to the more cultural pieces of Sulani, I guess. Which I thought was pretty cool. I imagine like a really rich family living here. Even though the house is really small, I kind of imagine sort of a richer family living here. I also, for some reason, got like single mom vibes. I don't really know why that popped into my head when I was building. I guess just as I was kind of coming up with stories, I kind of thought of maybe like a single mom or like a mom and her son who live here, and then they have like a father who usually is like away for work. Hence why they can afford a very fancy modern mansion in Sulani. But that, I don't know, that was just kind of the story that popped into mind when I was building this. So yeah, I really, really like how the floor plan of this build came out. I've mentioned this already, but the floor plan was so easy to make in comparison to the exterior of this build. I just love this open, it's like semi-open, but it's also closed off, but like it doesn't feel empty because you have like the separation between the dining and the living, but it's still like you can see into it, so it doesn't feel closed off and small. And then you can obviously see into the kitchen, but there's that barrier wall piece or whatever it's called, and I thought that looked really cool. That's also from Island Living, and I thought about it last minute. I was like, what if we just separate this somehow, because the kitchen cabinets against the couch were glitching a little bit because I think they didn't have a wall, so like I don't know, something was happening with the way they were placing, and so I put that in there and I was like, oh, that kind of looks really, really nice. So I was really happy with this bottom floor plan. I also struggled a lot with accent walls at the time. I think it's the wood tone. I really think it's the wood tone that threw me off because I really don't like oversaturated yellowy, orangey wood tones very much. I like to do sometimes the more pale ones, but anything that's too red or too orange kind of drives me bonkers. So I think at the time that really confused me on what color schemes I wanted to go for and like where to put accent walls, because you have to take into consideration that with the windows, and like the windows don't always look good with that accent color, and so it was a bit confusing, which is why I'm glad that I went for the stone accent, because I think the stone accent is very neutral, and it also is from Island Living, so it brings the island vibes, and it just kind of worked really well with the build, which I'm pleasantly surprised by. And then this is a 2-bedroom home. You'll see that I did end up getting rid of the bathroom. There was originally a bathroom upstairs, but I decided to swap out the bathroom because we already have one bathroom downstairs, and there's only 2 people living here, or 3 at most, so I figured we could survive with 1 bathroom, and instead I made that an office nook where the bathroom was, which I think is a lot better because it's always nice to have a computer, or in this case there's 2 computers, which is also really, really nice in my opinion, because there's just so much. You could literally spend your life on the computer in The Sims 4. I mean, you can spend your life on the computer in real life too. Like, it has everything you need. Fun, work, entertainment, education. It's all there. It's right right at your disposal. So you could literally spend your whole life on the computer in The Sims, teaching them their skills and whatever. So I always like having multiple computers, because then like my kid can do their homework or get their fun needs up while my mom or father, whoever, is doing their work on the computer or learning programming or whatever. So like I think having multiple computers is always really, really useful. Yeah, so this is the master bedroom. Again, we have some of the Sulani furniture pieces mixed with a couple of more contemporary items like the paintings, and then the rug I think is more boho. I don't even remember what that, I can't remember what that carpet's from. Tiny Living? Maybe? I don't know. But not from Sulani. It's not from Island Living. I know that much. I also ended up having to use the Snowy Escape windows. I can't remember if I said this already. Some of the wood tones don't match perfectly, but it was really the best that I could do. Like, I tried my hardest. We all know that wood tones in The Sims 4 are very, very difficult to work with and mesh and match and all that kind of stuff, but you know, I did what I could, and for some reason, the wood tones look different a little bit, also because of the lighting. I don't really know why that is, but you'll see it in the like, if you look closely, maybe I'm just looking closely because I built this, so like I notice everything, but you can see it a little bit sometimes where like they should match, but they don't because of the lighting, and it's kind of weird. I tried my best to make like a really, really big outdoor area because obvious. I don't know why I started there. Because obviously, if you are living on an island, you would want to have a lot of outdoor space to like spend your time in. So we have a pool, which is the one plus side to not living on a waterfront lot for some reason. Did I mention this already? But I wanted to put this on a waterfront lot originally, but you're not allowed to have basements in waterfront lots, which is stupid. But because of that, I had to move it here. So on the plus side, we got a pool. On the downside, it's not on the beach. But yeah, so I wanted to have a really big area. So there is an outdoor entertainment space with a grill and like some cabinets or counters to sit at. And then there's also a couch area to sit at, as well as some lounge chairs. And then you can walk downstairs into that basement area. Last minute, I decided to change the flooring down there to grass, which you won't see in this build video. And I think I uploaded the wrong one to the gallery, so there is one difference between what you'll see in these screenshots and what you'll see on the gallery, and that is that I added a grass flooring to the bottom half, or like basement half of this build. I just thought it looked kind of cool and earthy, and obviously there's no grass anywhere else on this build, so I thought maybe they could have some either turf, or I don't even know if you could place like real grass in a basement somehow, but yeah. It was a last minute thought, and I thought it looked nice because I felt like the stone along with the white walls was really, really bare and cold looking. And so I was like, how can I fix this? And originally I thought, okay, what about wood? But then I put the grass down and I was like, dang, the grass looks really nice. So I did end up putting grass in the basement, which is a bit weird. That's also where the yoga spot will be. So there's yoga, there's a couple of planters, I think, or they're fake planters, I don't remember. There's fake planters to kind of make it look more green and earthy. I added a fountain to get the elements in, because whenever I think of yoga, I always think about being surrounded by elements. So like being surrounded by earth, water, all that kind of stuff, fire, so like candles, things like that. So that's why I ended up adding the fountain and the grass after the fact. I kind of thought about it last minute. And then inside you also have that little gym area, which I actually think was really smart. Originally, I was like, okay, we can do a greenhouse, because I think a greenhouse would be cool, and we can like put some fake lighting to kind of make it seem like that's the lighting you'd use for the indoor plants, because obviously the ones in the basement that are actually inside aren't going to get lighting from outside. So I was like, okay, we could put like fancy lights and kind of play off like, oh, this is like fancy greenhouse lighting to like help them grow or whatever. But I think the gym is more functional and cooler. The greenhouse was a cool idea, but I just wasn't into it for some reason. I was like, when I first thought of it, I was like, heck yeah, that's gonna look so good. But I don't know, I changed my mind and I don't really remember why. But yeah, so you'll see a gym, and oh, I also forgot that we had this outdoor space. I did add a balcony because, again, outdoor space in an island would definitely be the go-to. So yeah, there's a little campfire. There's, again, some more planters. Remember the fact that I wanted this to be an eco build so badly in the beginning. So that's why I also have like a lot of plants sort of on the house. Part of that was to avoid the blank walls, because obviously when you're doing an all white build with a couple of wood accents, which is mainly just from the windows and the roofing, you kind of have to put something on the walls, which is why I decided to do greenery, because greenery is a really great way to cover up blandness. But yeah, originally I wanted this to be kind of overgrown and earthy and eco-y, so I think it worked out well anyways. And then I think that's also originally why I thought about doing a greenhouse too, which is a bit sad that I got rid of that thing, but to be honest, this whole place is surrounded by nature, so I think it's okay. Like, even this like world is just covered in plants and trees, so it works out nicely. The landscaping on the exterior is relatively simple. I actually don't even think I did that much landscaping. I did do this build at like 8 a.m. in the morning. Like, I didn't go to bed. I stayed up from like 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. finishing this build so that I could get it done by Simsie's deadline, which I didn't really need to do because the chances of like her seeing the build or touring it or any kind of like that was unlikely. But I never ever do things on the right time, so I was like, you know what, this one, I'm really hyped to do this build right now, so I don't really mind staying up just in case or anything like that. So Yeah, I stayed up really late, which is going to contribute to the fact that I didn't do that much landscaping. However, it looks really natural because it just kind of, I tried to blend it with the surrounding plants, so I really didn't feel the need to add that much landscaping anyways, especially given the fact that this is so modern, so like the interior landscaping is sort of more manageable and curated, which is why there's just like the 4 plants in the front, and then obviously inside the back like entertainment area there's a couple of potted plants and stuff, but nothing crazy or like overgrown. And then I add a few overgrown plants kind of exactly where they are off the lot as well, just to kind of make it seem like it kind of grew into the lot. So yeah, I think the landscaping looks nice. I probably could have done a little bit more, but I was getting tired. And I also, again, like modern homes, I feel like you never really see that much landscaping on anyways. So it is what it is. I really, really like this kids' room. It for me, it gives off like teen boy. I don't know why. That's just kind of like, again, the story I'd come up was like a teen boy and his mom live here, and then either the father is absent or she's a single mother. But I really like how this room turned out. He's got like this really nice computer setup, which I felt like a rich teenager kind of would have. And then he's got, you know, his sports stuff. Maybe he's into sports. I wanted to use that fishing thing because I felt like it fit with Sulani, but then I was also like, eh. And so I got rid of it, which is a bit sad because I think this is the only time I'll ever have a chance to use it, but oh well. I also really like this green color. I have a bad habit of liking colors that are green that people don't like. Like that, I think a lot of people would hate that green color, but I don't know. I just like green. So it might not be your favorite color choice of mine, but I think it turned out really nice and it matched the bed really, really well. So yeah, if you guys can hear that in the background, that is my dog whining. I don't know why she is. I'm going to presume that my cat is sitting on the porch and she wants me to let her in, but I will do that right after this voiceover ends in 2 minutes anyways. So yeah, we are going to be hitting screenshots here soon enough. Let me know what you guys think about that Sulani rebuild series idea, if you guys think it'd be cool or not, or even just a couple of builds I think would be kind of cool. Let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about the build. I hope you guys liked this build. This challenge was a lot of fun to do, and yeah, as per usual, if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you like me, hit that subscribe button. If you really like me and want me notified every single time I post a video, go ahead and hit that bell button. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you guys next time.